So we have the front fender. It is an original part, but it had some problems. As you can see, we have a repair here, another one here inside, in the middle, and also in the front. We don't have the mount, but we have bought another one. This is not original, it is an aftermarket one, but it seems okay. These are the mounts for the front plate. We have also the other two. These mounts were glued here with some epoxy, but I had removed because I have to weld these mounts. But this is easy to do. The hard job that I have to do on this front fender, it is to assemble the central mount and also to make the sides mount and aligned correctly on the bike. This job it is quite difficult, but we will work and we will succeed to do it. So I have the front fender in position. This is the upper mount. It has for the moment just one bolt, only for testing. I managed to find the position. Also, we have enough space here between the exhaust and the fender. And now I have to make the marks and another holes here. Here I have 3 holes. Also here I have 3 holes. And I need also to put the mount for the front number, plate number. Here, as you can see, it is a part of the fender that it was changed before. It has a small repair, but it was nicely done. Also here. I think it is in the correct position. So I have made the first 2 holes, put some bolts with nuts, and now I will make the other 4 holes. 2 holes on one side and 2 holes on the other side. But I will make the holes directly on the spot here. now we have the bolts inside the mount on position. So I am making progresses with the mounts for the front fender. As you can see, I have already made some signs. Also in the other part, and for this mount I have already one hole here and one hole here. Now I have to make the other holes. But as you can see, first I had to put this mount, the upper mount of the fender, in order to keep in position. And I will succeed to do it. It is not easy. I have to assemble and reassemble for multiple times. But at the end of the day, I hope this job will be ready. So now I have the correct position for the front fender, and all I have to do now is to finish the assembling of the mount. That means I have to make the holes for the plate, also in this part. But we have the fender in the center of the front fork. We have the same distance in the right and in the left also. As you can see, the wheel, it is in the center of the fender, so that means we have a good position. Also we have enough distance between the exhaust and the front fender, and now I just have to finish this work. So I managed to make the holes for the plate. Also here, as you remember, I had only one hole. I had to copy in these two holes by measuring the other part. But now it is ready. We have all the holes, and now I just have to make the back plate here and here, and that means the assembling of the fender as a position and the mounts. We are ready. Now I have to begin the repair of the fender, to put the mount from the registration plate. We have here a hole also in this other side, but we cannot see for the moment. We have two holes I have to cover. Also one small here, one here, one here, one small here. But these are not difficult repairs to do. Overall, the fender, it is good, it has the right shape, and that means it is not a lot of work for this front fender comparing to this one that I have succeeded to finish today. And it is ready to be painted. I just have to put two holes here, because the polyester as you can see, the polyester have covered the holes, but I will make the holes. It is not difficult. Also I have finished the headlight shell. I just have to refinish with sandpaper after this primer, and it is ready to be painted. So I have some progresses with this fender. As you can see, I have assembled the mounts. They are pressed bolts, not easy to do, but I have succeeded. This is the mount for the brake cable. It is soldered. I'm thinking to put here one rivet or a press bolt. These are the press bolts. Also on this side. So now the fender is filled with polyester. It is not a thick layer, but I have put on almost all the surface because it is easier this way. Also the front plate number mounts. These two, as you have seen before, they were not attached to the fender like this one. So I have soldered. I have two holes. I will eliminate these bolts, and I will put some pressed bolts also. I still have work to do on this fender, but the difficult part, it is ready. So this is the first filler and also the first result after I have worked on this fender and refining the polyester. This first filler, it is helping me to see all the problems that I have. And I have one small here, one here, a pair of problems here, but it is okay. It is not bad. As a first result, it is quite good. So after an incredible amount of work, I have succeeded to finish the fenders and all these parts that you can see on these pallets. The hardest work, it was on the fenders, because as you have seen, they did not have the mounts. They were in bad shape, especially the rear fender, and it was quite difficult to make this job, to repair the fenders, to put the mount in the proper position, to make the test on the bike, and after that to begin the work in order to prepare all these parts in order to be painted. They are looking just fine. I am very satisfied about the results for this part, especially the fenders, because they were the parts with problems. But I had to work also on these other parts to clean the old paint, in some cases even the rust. I had made some repairs on the main stand here in interior. I had to reinforce these parts here. You know the story of the headlight in the previous episode. The mounts for the headlight, the cover for the shaft drive. This I have a lapses. This buffer, let's say, for the steering bar. Also, I had to clean and paint the rear rack. This is new. It was not very difficult to prepare, but it was difficult to be painted, because you have to make all these interiors. And first I have put the paint glossy black, and after that I had to paint with a clear lack, a clear paint. The covers for the front fork. This is the steering bar. We have here also the stanchion, which are painted. Also here. I still have to paint the front brake plate. Front fender painted. It is looking good. After I have painted, I can see that I have a much better result than I expected, and I'm saying that because we did not want to put a lot of polyester on the fender. We just made we have solved only the problems with the shapes, which were obvious, but we did not want to have too much polyester on the fender, because in time the polyester start to bend, to lose the initial shape, and you will have in time a fender with a lot of warping on the material because of the polyester. So a thin polyester is better than a thick polyester. And after I have painted, I have seen the result, and it is quite good. I have only one problem, but nothing serious. Here in this area, you see here, I have a tear. Nothing serious. In time it will disappear. But in the rest, it is okay. The rear fender. Also here I have a good result, even though especially in this area we had a lot of problems. Also here in the lower side we had some small problems, but they have disappeared. This line, it is quite good. I had some problems also, but I have managed to make this line straight without using polyester, just with a hammer, just a little bit here, but only if you insist to watch from any angle. And now for both of the fenders we have to make the white lines, but this work it will not be done by me because I cannot do such a thing. We have a specialized shop for doing that, and the owner of the bike, it will take these two fenders and he will solve this problem at that shop, specialized shop in making lines and all kinds of painting. The headlight shell, it is almost perfect. And that is because it was a good part with no big problems, and the problems that it had, they were not serious, and because of that I have managed to have a result almost perfect. No warps, no tears.